Hey, my name is Jason and I'm going to go through a whole bunch of tips and tricks when it comes to filming with anamorphic lenses on your LUMIX S5IIX. Anamorphic lenses in full frame are now becoming far more affordable than ever in a wide range of focal lengths being available with various lens manufacturers, and LUMIX are one of the limited camera brands that offer amazing anamorphic support, which we will discuss. Anamorphic lenses compress the horizontal field of view onto the camera's sensor, allowing for an ultra-wide aspect ratio without sacrificing much resolution. They produce the iconic widescreen cinematic aesthetic, complete with unique lens flares, oval bokeh, and a great sense of depth in the image. So the LUMIX S5IIX is a brilliant filmmaking camera that allows you to record open gate, which is fantastic for anamorphic lenses, and open gate gives you 6K resolution at 25 frames per second. So let's dive directly into the settings so I can show you what kind of recording modes are perfect for anamorphic lenses. So going to the camera icon, then going over to the third one down where it says Rec Quality, dive into this setting. Then you can choose 6K 25 frames per second, which is open gate 3x2 recording. So the LUMIX S5IIX has a 3x2 sensor that is 35.6 horizontal by 23.8 vertical in size. The standard CinemaScope timeline is around 2.39:1 ratio. Now, if we place the open gate 3x2 video on the CinemaScope timeline, you can see that you will have to zoom in and you'll have a ton of footage that you have to chop off the top and bottom to make it fit. But if you film with a 2x anamorphic lens, you'll only need to chop off a little off the sides to place it into the CinemaScope timeline. Now, if you're using a standard 16:9 aspect ratio, you won't have to chop as much off at the top and bottom for the regular 3x2 open gate footage. But if you use the same 2x anamorphic lens video, you'll see you'll have to chop a lot off the sides to place it directly into that 16:9 format. But if you shrink the footage into the 16:9 format, you can actually chop a little bit off the sides and have the black letterbox bars at the top and bottom. So choosing your final aspect ratio really depends on your creative vision. Now let's dive into slow motion with the LUMIX S5IIX. With recording modes in this camera, you can only do 3.3K at 50 frames per second, but it's an APS-C crop mode. It is also a 4:3 aspect ratio on the sensor. You can see the full frame image here with the 2x anamorphic lens. And then over the top, this is the 4:3 APS-C crop with the same lens. Alternatively, you can do Cinema 4K at 50 frames per second in APS-C mode, but it's a 17:9 aspect ratio, which is 1496 by 2160. Or you can do the standard 4K, which is 3840 by 2160 in 16:9 aspect ratio. Both of these are not really amazing when using really large anamorphic squeeze ratios like 2x anamorphics. It just means you have to crop more of your image. Overall, this is where you just need to be aware of what's going to happen to your footage when you're choosing the right filming mode and how you're going to be treating it in post-production. Now, we all know LUMIX is amazing when it comes to stability, and there's fantastic support when it comes to filming with anamorphic lenses and various squeeze factors. Now, going into the menu settings in the camera icon, go down to the last video icon at the bottom and now click Image Stabilizer. This is where you can select what anamorphic squeeze factor that you have. And in my case, I have the 2x anamorphic lens. Now you can adjust the lens information. Select a lens profile, press the display button to change the focal length, and adjust it to the correct focal length you are using. You also have the ability to use Boost IS. Now just note that this mode actually allows you to do stable tripod shots without using a tripod, so try not to move the camera as this only works specifically for static handheld shots. So I'm currently using the Blazer Kato 2x anamorphic lens on this 3x2 sensor, but I want to go directly into the settings and show you how you can actually de-squeeze it in camera. So now when it comes to de-squeezing in camera, go down to the gear icon, then go down to the fifth one, which is a camera icon, and down to the third menu setting here, anamorphic de-squeeze display. Now in my case, I'm using a 2x anamorphic de-squeeze, so that's what I'm going to do. And it's going to show you a de-squeezed image inside your camera. Also, when considering filming with anamorphic lenses, they're generally PL mounts, so you may have to pick up a PL to L adapter, which gives you a whole bunch of cinema lenses you can throw directly on your LUMIX S5IIX. Now, the last feature that you might find very useful when filming with manual focus anamorphic cinema lenses is focus peaking. Now, focus peaking allows you to see your focal point by marking it on the screen with a particular color. To activate focus peaking, go into the camera icon and go down to the fifth one where it says focus, then all the way down to focus peaking. Toggle that on and go down to set. Now you can actually see your focus peaking sensitivity. Essentially, it just makes it more sensitive to how much you'll actually see the markers. You can change the display color. Now this will depend on what is in the scene and what color you prefer. And then you can toggle display during manual focus on with all 3 of these selected. So thanks for watching this video. I hope you got a lot out of it. So definitely get out there, start utilizing those anamorphic lenses and create some epic content with your LUMIX S5IIX.